How does the slow pace affect CF gene therapy prospects? Imagine waiting years for a breakthrough that could change lives forever. That's the reality for cystic fibrosis gene therapy. Progress has been slow, and that impacts many people waiting for a cure. The main challenge is developing a safe and effective way to deliver the correct copy of the CFTR gene to the lung cells. Despite decades of research, no gene therapy for cystic fibrosis has yet received regulatory approval or become part of standard treatment. This slow pace is partly because delivering the gene to the lungs without causing harm is very complex. Researchers need to find ways to keep the new gene working long-term and at levels that improve health. They also have to design clinical trials that can accurately measure if the therapy works and is safe, which takes time and careful testing. This slow progress affects prospects in several ways. First, it delays access to a treatment that could potentially fix the root cause of cystic fibrosis. While current drugs called modulators have helped many, about 10 to 15% of people with cystic fibrosis do not benefit from them or cannot tolerate them. For these patients, gene therapy could offer hope, but the slow development means they must continue with treatments that only manage symptoms. Second, the extended timeline means that more money and resources are needed over many years, which can slow down innovation and limit funding. Despite these hurdles, scientific optimism remains high. Advances in gene editing tools like CRISPR and better delivery methods are promising signs. However, these new techniques requiring thorough testing to ensure they are safe and effective over the long term. The slow pace also influences how clinical trials are designed. Researchers need very sensitive methods to detect if the gene therapy is working in patients, which adds more time to the process. Because of all these factors, gene therapy for cystic fibrosis remains largely experimental. It is not yet ready to replace current treatments, but ongoing trials are important steps forward. They help scientists learn what works and what doesn't, bringing us closer to a future where gene therapy could become a real option for many people. From a cystic fibrosis care perspective, this slow progress highlights the importance of continued research and patient participation in clinical trials. It also shows that combining gene therapy with existing treatments might be the best way to improve outcomes now. While we wait for a cure, managing expectations is key. Scientific advances are happening, but they take time to validate and implement safely. In the end, the slow pace reminds us that developing new medical treatments is a careful, step-by-step process. It's about balancing hope with patience, knowing that each small advance brings us closer to a future where cystic fibrosis can be truly cured.